Hello everyone, welcome to the Masaryk University Faculty of Social Studies Bachelor's live stream where we're going to be talking about our life in Brno, how we feel, and basically introduce the programs that the faculty offers. And here I am Abhinav from India, and I'm currently in my fourth semester of studying international relations and European politics. And as far as I can say, my time has been amazing at Masaryk University so far. And I cannot wait to go further with my studies and spend more time here at the university, interact with my friends, my peers and faculty members, and just chill out. And now Amira can introduce herself.
Well, hi guys, my name is Amira. I'm from Mexico. I'm in my second semester of International Relations and European Politics, and I totally agree with Abhinav that this has been the best decision I have ever taken regarding my studies and regarding my life here. I mean, Brno is amazing. I think we can both agree.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally probably one of the most wonderful places that I've ever been to. Literally, the city is gorgeous. Really, like even if. Like whatever happens, you must visit Brno at least like once because it's just breathtaking, I would say.
Yes, definitely. And it's like you start walking and see the buildings and you feel like you're in a fairy tale. It's like amazing and people are really nice. In general, it's just amazing to be able to live here, and it's in Central Europe, so everything is close for you to see as well. You can travel, you can explore, and yeah, simply Brno is amazing.
Yeah, I think Amira certainly has given us a lot of like already positive thoughts about Brno and why it's super nice, which brings me to one of my points that I wanted to discuss about like why did you like choose like Masaryk University and international relations here?
That's a really good question, actually. So I chose it because I was looking for a program that had like international relations but something more, and I kept like looking at the programs back home and I didn't really like any of them. And then I was like, oh, let's look to options in Europe, and I saw Masaryk's curriculum and I just loved it because first of all, it really makes you think analytically. It's not like, okay, you memorize something and then that's gonna be on the exam and that's all. No, you have to actually like analyze, and especially in our degree, it's really important to do that because events are changing like time from time. So that, and I think also the facility of the place, like.
Of course.
What about you?
Well, for me, I was really fascinated by international relations since the beginning. Like, after I finished my high school, I really wanted a career in international relations. That's why I was looking for international law in specific in the beginning. But then I realized that I really don't want to be a lawyer, and I don't want to choose that life for myself. So I came across Masaryk University and the International Relations and European Politics program. And I just went through the course curriculums, and I found myself just wowing because the courses that are offered by the faculty are truly amazing. You learn so much, and on top of that, you have the opportunity to basically choose subjects from other faculties as well. So you can, you can take economics from the Faculty of Economics and Administration, and just broaden your horizon in such a way that really means a lot to you, and like you have the freedom to choose basically your field of studies and stuff like that, which is quite nice, I would say. And then when I got to researching more about Brno, I just looked at like everything about Brno, and it's just super convenient. The infrastructure, the transport, the location, it's super convenient, it's super relaxed. Plus, Brno, I would say, is one of the student cities, and there's a truly international atmosphere, and you would really feel welcomed here, and it's amazing.
Definitely. And what about the classes? How do you feel about the classes?
Well, for me, the classes have been quite amazing. I've been taking a few classes from guest lecturers like Mr. Forster, and he has been amazing. The feedback that you get from the professors is concrete, and it will make you think more about like where you should improve and how you should continue doing good in the line and the field that you really want to work into. And coming to the question of professors, how do you feel about studying here? Like, how has your overall experience been?
Okay, well, I love the professors. At first, I was kind of like scared that they wouldn't be able to like, I don't know, like, or I wouldn't be able more than anything to understand them because I was like, my English is good, but I don't know how, if it's that good. But the professors have been anything, like very welcoming. They are very patient with you. They understand that English is not your first language, but like that doesn't mean that they don't like expect a lot from you. So they are really good, like overall. And we have even diplomats as professors, which is amazing. I feel like back home I wouldn't have had the chance. I had just recently a class with its diplomat, like its ambassador for the United Kingdom from the United States, and it was amazing to hear his points of view about Brexit and everything. So I feel like the professors here are the most qualified, and like they know a lot. Like even the coordinator of our program, he's one of the professors, and he's amazing. Like every class that I have with him is like amazing. So, yeah.
Talking a bit more about the studies here at the Department of International Relations and European Politics, at least. Well, you know, like it's a social science, and you learn a lot. But at the same time, you also get to learn quantitative and qualitative skills. You learn how to conduct research and make surveys and other types of methodology, which is really, you know, useful for a future career and some things that you would actually be using for work in the future. So I think Masaryk University, and especially the Faculty of Social Studies, has really been able to provide such an experience for us that we are able to just achieve our goals and our ambitions in the most concrete way possible.
So what about, have you like faced any challenges since you got here?
Challenges. Well, I would say the only challenge that I faced was, well, not being able to speak Czech, because, like, I mean, you would agree with me that that sometimes you would go to a store and like you would be like, so what is this? And you know, people won't be able to like talk that well. But it's not that big of a deal, because like you can just learn a few terms and you can just throw away at them and like talk to people in like a basic manner. But as far as I'm concerned, I mean, the main interactions here are in the end with your friends who speak English and the faculty is completely ready to cooperate with you in English, like any point of way. So, I mean, as far as challenges are concerned, I mean, there are none too little. Like, and what about you? I mean,
I do agree with that. Like, yeah, Czech has been like the most like insane challenge, but at the end you get used to it. You learn how to manage things, and also one thing that I love about Masaryk that you just mentioned is the international like atmosphere. I thought, okay, there's going to be like a few international students. I'm literally taking classes with Serbian people, Georgian people, people from Taiwan, Japan. It's amazing because you get literally all the points of view, and especially for a degree, it's so important to like hear.
Exactly.
It's
like,
just
you just get like different perspectives, and it just gets things rolling for you. And even if you're like writing essays and stuff like that, it's quite useful because sometimes you can just be like, hey, so like, can you tell me a bit more about like what's going on in your country? And they'll be like, yeah, you know, like, and they'll go into specifics and they'll just help you with whatever way is necessary. But coming to like talking more about the academics here, I think people listening to this live stream would be interested to know how was the process for us submitting our application, and if you know you want to throw in any tips, you're free to do so as well.
I would love to. Okay, so my first tip for anyone like watching is, for the essay, write something you are passionate about. I know sometimes we want to like impress, especially like the people that like the university and everything, but write something that you're really passionate about. And if it's something related to your country, go for it. Just don't make it like too superficial. Like, you know, if you are from Mexico, don't do it about, I don't know, the drug cartels. Come on, everyone has done it. Like, do it from something like really interesting, like I don't know, the drought that's happening right now. Like, just do a topic that you're really passionate about, and if you can, revise the paper as much as you can, do the citations, but even most important, go to the page and see all the requirements. Like, yes, maybe in your school, like they teach you a way to submit essays and everything, but it's not the same as university level. So I think that will be my biggest one. And also in the letter for the university, like just pour your heart out about why you want to apply. And how about you?
Well, I mean, I would completely agree with Amira and say that sticking to the requirements set by the university is perhaps the most, I would say it's the biggest task, but it's also really important to do so because it just shows that, you're able to concretely put points in such a way that just a mere word limit does not affect your way of conveying your thoughts. And I would say the most important thing, apart from sticking to the university guidelines, is citations. Do not forget to cite, do not copy. Just always make sure that whatever source you're using is correctly there. All the facts and figures are presented in a concrete manner. Otherwise, we are stepping into a professional world, and if you do not cite, it just shows poorly of your written abilities.
Definitely. And also there's I think the program of Global Challenges, Politics, Society, and Environment has a specific requirements for what type of essay. So it's not that topic you can choose compared to the International Relations and European Politics program. And I think it's the same for Politics, Media, and Communication. So also look into that. And yeah, I think, for example, the interview. There's also an interview after.
There may be an interview. I mean, it just depends of your particularities. If everything is going your way, then you might be selected for an interview, and it's going to be on Skype, and it's genuinely just a conversation, so there's nothing to be worried about. You would just be interacting with one or two members of the faculty, and they would just be asking you about your passions, your hobbies, why you are choosing this program, why you think you're a good fit for it. And the interview might be daunting, but it is important because in the end, it would allow the faculty and yourself as well to understand where you stand and if the program of international relations, at least I'm talking about international relations right now, is a good fit for you or not. And it's important because it's a two-way street. So the university provides something and you're providing something, and it should in the end interlap with one another. And what about we also have other programs
Yes, we do.
Yeah, Politics, Media, and Communication, and Global Challenges, Politics, Society, and Environment. So what do you think about that?
I think I don't have any preferences, but Global Challenges and Political Society and Environment, I have seen the curriculum and the classes are just amazing. I'm so interested in them.
Yeah.
They have the combination of all the important things that are happening right now in the world. And it's just really, really amazing. And I'm so excited to be able to take one of the classes next semester. I think they have Intro to Global Challenges. I'm definitely taking that next semester. And what about you? Do you have any opinions on the Politics, Media, and Communication program?
Well, politics, media, I have opinions on both the things. So I'll just shoot my way, I don't want to be restricted. But politics, media, and communication was, I think, after I was studying, I was in the second semester and I saw that a new program is going to be launched. And I just started Googling it and seeing how the program is looking like. And it is incredibly lucrative. It's an excellent program, and it's really practical because you learn about propaganda, mass media, how politicians and political parties use media to just spread messages, and it's incredibly broad. And then you can just specialize in whatever field that you want. So I think it gives you the freedom and then a leeway into specializing into something, which is incredibly nice and lucrative. Plus, for global challenges as well, I would say that it is a blend of 3 different fields of studies. You would be taught by 3 different streams, which is political science, environmental studies, and then there would be social anthropology and sociology. So it's a good blend, and there would be compulsory courses which would have all 3 of them, but then you can also choose between the electives, which are whatever you want to specialize in and whatever field you think is more suitable for you. So it's the courses are incredibly nice. And as I said, you can also choose courses from different faculties, which is incredibly convenient and super amazing.
Yeah. Maybe.
So
There's also a lot of flexibility when it comes to MU, like Masaryk University's like programs. Like if you don't want to take like a compulsory, like you can choose to take it later. And I think that's amazing. That really allows you to focus maybe on some things and prioritize and make the most out of your studies. So I really like the way that you can like change or modify your program and your curriculum.
I would agree with that because literally like it's the way that you choose your curriculum and the way you choose your program is incredibly flexible, and you know in the end it's up to you what you want to choose. So you know you'll be studying something that you actually like and not something that you're just forced into doing, which is which would in the end make you a happier student, I would say, and that's incredibly important. But moving a bit away from the academics, I would say, it is also super important to have have a really good social life in Brno. And
Oh my goodness.
I just want to understand your perspective on it because, like social life is important and like, Amira can talk about it.
I mean, I love it here. It's like you can do anything, like anything at all. Like you just want to like lay down and go for a coffee. Brno has like millions of coffee shops. I think I have not visited not even half of them. That's how amazing it is. Also, if you want to like go dancing, there's a lot of nightclubs. And also, even when you enter the classroom, you're already making friends, which is amazing. And right now, there's also a lot of activities in our faculty. Actually, on Friday, we're even having a barbecue. Like, so life here in Brno and in the faculty, you're always making friends. You're always going out, but yeah, so yeah, it's academic, but of course you don't miss about the university life. And
yeah, the faculty really makes sure that like your academics are definitely in line, but at the same time, just like you have social activities to do as well, so you are not getting burnt out, which I think is extremely nice and incredibly good. Like the barbecue that she mentioned, it's tomorrow and it's probably going to be an amazing event. But on top of the barbecue, we also have events such as hiking and stuff like that, which is so nice. Like you can just like hike around Brno, be relaxed, just explore Brno for all its beauty. And it's really, really nice. It's nice.
I think we have a question from Bibisa Bolova. Sorry if I butchered your name. Do you want to read it?
All right, so Veve is asking, for the essay, is it like an academic essay? And if I choose a subject from other programs, is it on top of all the subjects you have? Do they not clash in the timetables? Oh. What about you? You can answer that question, I think, better than me.
I mean, for the essay, it is an academic essay. You need to have citations, you need to have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So yes, it is an academic essay. But it's also depending on, again, your program, on what are they asking. And yeah, and also about the subject from other programs, sometimes they can clash. So that is kind of sad because if you want to take a class and they clash with your compulsory, you must take the compulsory because at the end of the day, you need the compulsories to graduate. But you can always find any other subjects and that will be just as fulfilling. That's, I think, the other thing about our program. There's like tons of subjects that you can take. So if you don't like one, you can always take another one. And if you don't end up liking it, you can always like drop it, although...
Yeah, and Veve, I would just like to remind you one thing, that make sure that you know that there's a deadline for submitting the essay, and that's the 1st of June. So you should submit your essay before that. So there's enough time for the evaluators to see how your essay is and give you a timely feedback and give you the result basically of like your admission. So it would be much easier if you do it before the deadline actually ends. But just understand that there's a deadline to stick by.
Definitely. So, do you have like any other tips for submitting the application?
Well, I mean, for me, like submitting the application would just be like, talk about a current topic, talk about something that you're passionate about, and just be free about what you're choosing. In the end, the essay is just a reflection of how good your writing abilities are. So don't think that something is too controversial or something is too bad. Just write about whatever you want, which is in line with the subject that you want. So, and everything will turn out good for you.
Definitely, I totally agree. Now, one last thing. Okay, you have to tell me a thing that you like about Brno, about the university, and about the program.
Seems like you're going by a script there, but...
No?
All right. Yeah, so, well, a thing about Brno, well, like I mentioned earlier, is that Brno is convenient. The transportation system is incredibly good, efficient. You can literally take a train to anywhere. Like in 3 hours, you'll be in Prague. 1.5 hours, you'll be in Bratislava. 1.5 hours, Vienna. And it's just so incredibly convenient. Plus, you might think right now that the way that we are dressed, the weather is like super cold, but it's not. It's incredibly hot. We just chose wrong outfits for today. So the weather is incredibly good. The transportation is convenient. The environment is incredibly international and super young and cooperative. And that's what I would like to add about Brno. And remind me, what else was the point that you wanted me to discuss?
I mean, also, I agree. I love transportation in Brno. I also love, I think the thing I love the most that you can walk anywhere. Yes, there's like amazing transportation, but also you can walk anywhere. And in Czech people, they even love walking, and now I understand why. Like, it makes so much sense. And about the university, I think I like how welcoming the teachers are, to the point that you can actually go for a beer with them. Like, that's how welcoming they are and everything. And about the program, I love the classes, and I love how teachers are always trying to get you to participate and everything. And about life, I just love the fact that I get to mix so many international students, like get to and have a taste of all of these cultures. But yeah, also living in Brno, I think. Yeah, so...
Yeah, I think our talk about international, like the environment here at the university has prompted Danielle, I really hope that is the pronunciation, to ask like what percentage of international students are there in the IRA program. And I would say, well, like students are the International Relations and European program, politics program is definitely an international one. But, there are like some Slovak people, some Czechs also in the program. But you would mostly find yourself interacting with people from all over the world. There are over 70 different countries that are represented here at the IRA program. So you would have no problem interacting with different countries, different cultures, and be more accommodating towards them as well, I guess. And you can maybe take the next question that Masha has asked.
Hello, do you maybe know how many people apply for the program, International Relations and European Politics on average, and how many do they accept? And thank you for answering. I mean, we don't have this information, but it's about 30 and 50 new students per semester. Also, I think 30 and 50 students, like...
30, 50, the intake is not that much. It is a bit competitive, so just fill in the applications and see where you fit in the program. But you should definitely, because literally, like, if you want to be at the university, you have to like submit the application in the end. So it all makes sense. And even though we only admit like probably 30 to 50, sometimes intakes can be a little bit more, like maybe. So it's fine. Like, there's nothing like fixed about it. So you're completely fine, completely chill. Oh.
Yeah, the questions.
We have a question about, is there enough accommodation available for students at your faculty, and does the university help with that? Certainly enough accommodation for all the international students that are living here, and Czechs also stay here at the dormitories with us. So I would say the university certainly does help with getting the accommodations. We have a specific system which is called the ISCAM. You file in your application there, and you would get a choice between which dormitory you want, and you can basically choose anything that you want. And it's incredibly convenient. You get a look at what dorms are available, what dorms look like, facilities, the kitchens, and everything. It's incredibly convenient. The dorms are actually quite close to the faculty as well.
Yes.
So, and all of them are near tram stops. So you can just get out and like hop on a tram and go wherever you want.
If we get accepted, do we have to reserve place at the student accommodations? Yes, you do. They would send an email about the dates that you can access the system and book the accommodation. Try to be early. The system might crash, but like it usually doesn't happen that often. But like just try to get in time. And but yeah, everyone should be able to get accommodation.
Yeah, I mean, I have booked accommodation like 3 times right now, and I did not have any problems. I would even say that when you come to Masaryk, and if you have any problems with where you're staying right now, you can literally shoot an email anytime to the head of the dormitories, and they would be willing to let you switch your dormitories if there are free spaces available. I mean, I'm speaking with my personal experience. I was staying at Vinarska, but I wanted to shift to Konitsova, and the shift just happened in 5 days. So it's incredibly convenient. Everyone is incredibly accommodating, communicative. You just have to send an email. So that's about it.
Oh my God, no, don't be.
Could you tell me if it is possible to find a job in the city just knowing English, like something during the weekend? Well, I mean, if you're a native speaker of English then you should have no problems maybe being a tutor or something like that. But there are jobs available for people who just speak English, but they can be like at Rolik or something like that, and you can get jobs. So it's quite all right when it comes to looking for a part-time job to fill in your time, or just have some extra income on the side.
Yeah, it's actually, there's a lot of job offers for international students right now, which is really convenient. Like I have friends that only speak Spanish, and they have been getting jobs at like restaurants or like call centers. So like, yes, it's possible to find a job. So yeah. Yeah. And, but yeah, kind of like adding to what Avinev said, you should definitely try to submit your application. I was actually even doubting to submit mine. And then in like a, I don't know, in a sudden rush, I was like, you know what, I'm going to submit it. Like, and I finished my essay, I submitted, and I was like, it feels amazing. So like, just try it. Like you never have anything to lose. And thanks, like, I think that's the best decision I have ever made in such a rush. So yeah. Guys,
literally, Amira is making submitting an application seem like a monstrous task. It's incredibly easy. It's super nice. It's extremely calm. You don't have to worry about anything. Just be on time. I would say that's the only thing that really matters. And don't copy and paste. That's about it.
Yes. Oh my God. Try to use your words as much as you can, because also the university has a really, really strict policy of plagiarism. And also, you're under university level, so you should not like be copying and pasting. And even more, don't use Wikipedia, please. Or just don't.
Yeah, do not plagiarize, literally. No. I'm looking at you.
So yeah, are there like any other questions?
I don't think so. I mean, oh.
Okay. Oh yes, please don't wait on the deadline. Like, it takes a lot of time for the documents to arrive, and when they arrive, you also have to submit the visa. And in the embassy, okay, they can be really nice, but also it takes a lot of time sometimes to just wait on the visa. For me, it took 2 months, and I apply early. Like I apply on like April. So imagine it took 2 months, and I was still kind of like running with things. So please apply before the deadline so you can get your documents as fast as possible, and same with the visa. So you don't have to pay for expensive flights, and you can just like arrive in Brno swiftly. Like.
Yeah, and when it comes to visa, I would encourage you to go to the university website and see if the country that you're applying from is available via student mode. So there are only certain countries available. So you need to make sure that your country fits in that category. But if your country is fitting the criteria of student mode, then it should be all right, and the university can make an arrangement for your interview. But you would have to still fill all the application stuff by yourself. So just be on time, be regular, always like communicate with the administrative staff, and they would be willing to fill you up on all the queries that you have regarding like the visa process or whatever you have.
Yes. And also, when you come here, you have to do a prior degree recognition. The amazing thing about this faculty is that there's like this process that is like way easier compared to like the normal process for prior degree recognition process in Czech Republic. So like you could go to the website and also look for it in like the steps for application. And so yeah, you only have to pay around, I think it's 750 crowns, and just bring like for my country at least, I had to bring like my paper and my grades like translated to English and with the Hage stamp, which is
the apostille.
Yeah, the apostille. The apostille.
You need to get all your documents apostilled. That's basically one of the only requirements that you would need to fulfill to get your degree recognized. And everything should be all right for you as long as far as your recognition of your marks is concerned. I also see a question about what is the median cost of living in Brno? So I would say that the dormitories would cost somewhere around 150 to 180 euros. And the cost of like your transportation and everything would be, I would say, just add another 200 euros to it. So I would say like 380 to 450 would be a good margin for you to work out how much you wanna spend in Brno. But I think that's a good place to start evaluating your how much you're gonna splurge and live in Brno at.
Yes, and also if you're a student, we get the privilege that we have an IC card, so we have like lots of discounts and like.
It's the best thing ever. Literally, you get discounted on the public transportation. It's extremely cheap. You get discounted on traveling. Everything is. You can even get a meal at McDonald's. I mean, the ISIC is amazing. So.
So it's really convenient, and also to add more to the prior degree recognition process, it needs to be recognized by your secondary school. Do this and check if you don't have to do it yourself. Like check if the school has to do it or you, because at least for me, I had to do it by myself. So please check that and check it with time, because some like government officials even go on vacation in July, and you need to like have that document if you want to like get recognized at the faculty. So. And we have one more question. Do I have to get my documents translated in English, the grades and the diploma?
Well, yes, English would be one of the languages, but I would also say that if you're applying for the visa process, and if you're talking about visa, then it should also be in Czech. For submitting your application to the university, English is fine. But for the visa, you need both English and Czech.
And it has to be a verified translator. And like usually when you go, like, I mean, when in the embassy page, you should have like the recommended translators that they manage. I always recommend going to those because they already know them, so they don't have to, it doesn't have to take more time than it will usually with a translator that they don't know. and also the officials already have them recognized by the embassy. So yeah.
Yeah. So just keep in mind these two different criterias for submitting the visa and submitting the application to the university, and you'll be good and all right.
Definitely.
So yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah, and important. All the classes are in English. I mean, you can take language classes, but
Yeah. I mean, you would. I think you have choices between French, German. You can even take, the university offers some beginning Czech courses that you can take to learn the language. I did not, my mistake, but still. Are there any student clubs or associations at the university? Yes, there are student clubs. There is the Model United Nation Club. There are different clubs, and you can, I think, go to the website for the university and see which club fits the best for you. And I would recommend that you send an email before you come here, like in present at the university, about like you joining a club and how good of a fit you will be at the club. So the clubs are there. You can even participate in like extracurricular activities. Like I go to Prague every week because I have to attend this diplomacy club. You can easily find extracurricular activities that are going on in the Czech Republic, and these are really good ways to build your network and have, people that you can basically, work with, rely on for like a future career prospect or something like that. So these are important things. Thank you for asking.
So yeah, and we recently had this club, Homie Association, right? That went to the Conference of Europe.
Yes.
And it was an amazing experience. I had lots of friends that went. They loved it. So yeah, we have a lot of club associations, and it's really worth just like try them out. You get to meet people from other faculties, other programs, and also other like semesters. So it's very amazing.
Yeah, and you can even make your own club if you have a good idea. You can literally just sending your ideas, how you plan on making the club up, and the particularities, and you can basically have your own club at the university, which is so good. It would look so good on your CV. Trust me.
Is it difficult getting around the city with a knowing check?
Not at all. Literally, no, because you would not be interacting with so many people, and Google Maps is literally everywhere. So it's going to be completely fine. Just make sure that if you're traveling the city, you validate your tickets.
Yes.
Just make sure about that.
My goodness.
Do not ever not validate your tickets. It's a bad experience. But if you have your tickets validated, everything's going to be fine. And check is helpful, but I would say it's not necessary. So you'll be all right.
Also check the Instagram. In the Instagram, usually they post like the apps that you must have for Brno. I think that helped me a lot, being like aware of the Instagram. And there's like really good apps that will like help you get around easily through Brno, Czech Republic. So there's the EDOS apps, which helps with the transportation, but you see that more when you come here. But yeah, also the tickets. The tickets are really important. I have seen so many friends getting fined because they don't have a valid ticket, and it's so easy to get. And so yeah, so it's really easy without knowing Czech. Yes, definitely.
Oh, so, well, completely forgot. So I just threw in a term and did not explain it. So basically, in the Brno public transportation, right, you can either have like a pass, which is on your credit or debit card, or you can physically buy a ticket, and you need to validate the physical ticket in a machine inside the tram. If you do not do that, a person would come up to you and ask you if you have it validated, and then if you don't, you're gonna get fined. So just be prepared for all that.
And to add to the clubs or associations that was mentioned before. I just remember we also have ESN. You can actually become a buddy, but I think that's better in your second semester and like help students like going through the city. I'm actually a buddy myself for Erasmus students, and it's like really nice. It helps you get to know the city, but it also makes you realize how familiar you get with it. And yeah, and also the faculty, as Abhinav said before, encourages the creation of more clubs. The career center also exists, and
it's incredibly useful. So I was wondering if it's possible to take language courses in the faculty. The university organizes some crash courses related to Czech. But those are paid. So there is a possibility of taking a course which would help you learn Czech, but those are paid. So, yeah. But at the same time, the university also offers courses which are related to French, Spanish. Some courses are even taught in like German or French alone. So if you know those languages and you have the practical skills to apply those languages into your academics, then I think that's a perfect opportunity that you should take. And the university would allow you to learn those languages in a way that is relevant to your field. So if you're learning French, that I did, for example, here at the faculty, you would be learning French from a more diplomatic perspective, which can be incredibly helpful because a career in international relations requires you to at least have a grasp on some other foreign languages. And French, especially, is one of the most important languages because not only is it spoken widely in the world, but it's also one of the primary languages in the United Nations as well as the European Union.
Also, if you already know these two languages, you can be an assistant and you help the teachers with teaching these languages, and you still can get credits for it, which is amazing. And you even get a certificate for helping them. So you get experience being like a teacher, practically, but also credits. And there's also the Erasmus Opportunities. So right now, I think the applications for this year are closed. But there's a lot of places you can go. You can go to Romania, you can go to Spain, you can go to Italy, like whatever place in Europe, and also outside of Europe. We even have a friend is going to Israel, actually. So like you can go anywhere, Cuba, Israel, Turkey, anywhere. So. Yeah.
I see a question which is quite of a serious tone, and it's about racism. And do I usually stick with international students, or are Czech students friendly as well? Well, as a person of color, I have never experienced racism here at the faculty ever. People are incredibly friendly, incredibly nice. Even my Czech friends are incredibly nice. I've worked on a few projects with Czechs and Slovaks, and they are incredibly accommodating, really nice, soft-spoken, would never probably say anything that's outright mean and disgusting to you. So I think from that perspective, it is quite all right. But my experience alone is not definite, and it's not a line in the sand. So if you do face certain racism in the faculty, strict measures would be taken against those perpetrators. So just know that the university and the faculty is behind your back. They would support you in any case. And since Amira is also from Mexico, she can also talk about her experience at the faculty, which is going to be quite valuable.
I do agree with Abhinav. I have never experienced racism since I've been on the school. And if anything, Czech students are so interested to know you because they're like, why are you here? And they love to meet international students, and they're always asking questions. And I can see this as I was a teacher assistant for my Spanish class, and they were like so intrigued about what was I doing here, why did I thought about Czech Republic. So if anything, they want to know about you, but they are never, they have never so far like been mean or discriminatory in any way. Now, Brno maybe, I have experienced like some situations, but I wouldn't call it like latent racism. Like, for example, we were doing a lot of noise, a group of Mexicans and the driver like go down and started screaming at us, but in Czech. But I feel like it's normal because it was really late and we were singing pretty loud. So.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say the faculty overall is completely safe, but you know, we live in a world which has people from many different backgrounds, so nothing is ever definite. And well, even you know, like I have faced some experiences while trying to find work, but I would say that those experiences do not justify what the city has to offer, and those are few, I would say, uneducated individuals who would go on a tirade against you and stuff like that. But overall, you have nothing to fear at the faculty, and everything is gonna be all right. And we all have your back, and the city is extremely international. So you know, if you ever find yourself in such a situation, I think other people would also have your back.
Yeah, and Czech people, like, this is an international, like, student city. Like, when we tell you this, it's completely true. Like, 1st of September, you will already see international students walking all over Brno. That's how international the city is. So they are used to not having, like, non-Czechs, like, going around the city, and most of the people already know English. In any case, it can also be attributed to the background. We all know that Czechs and communism had, like, this really past. So maybe that's why sometimes they can come off as kind of aggressive to foreigners, but overall not all of them are like that. If anything, they're really nice. I have heard also some experience of friends that speak Arabic and the driver gets them down, but I think still it's like really, really few compared to the many good experience that you will have here.
And I would like to say that overall, Brno is incredibly safe as well. You know, you can like walk at night, and I hope to God nothing ever is gonna happen to you. So you know, these are just things to just remember. But it's a really good question, honestly. Did not expect this question to be put up, and it's incredibly because I feel, you know, there are people who are gonna be joining us in the future, and they should know the realities of how, you know, life in a foreign city is for people who are coming from different countries. So it's a good question.
Definitely, and yeah, I really don't have much to say about the topic. Just be prepared to have a good time when you apply.
Yes.
Yeah.
And validate your tickets.
Yes. So yeah, if anyone has any more questions, we will be ending soon, so it's better if you put your questions, don't be shy. So what else? Oh my goodness, now that I think of it, I think the only thing I miss, like, from home, like, I do miss a lot the food. I'm Mexican, so it kind of makes sense. I really miss Mexican food. It's kind of hard to find the ingredients, so if you're from Mexico and you're planning to apply, just be ready for that. But there's also a big Latin community, so most likely you will find at least.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think I remember when I came to Brno initially, I was feeling quite good because, you know, I'm generally like quite adaptable, and I like to have my own independence and just live on my own. But when I came here, I was just craving Indian food like nothing, because you just cannot get the taste anywhere. But then I found some really good Indian places here, and you know, they filled up the void that I was missing. And yeah, if you ever feel like, you know, something is like you know, like not that right when it comes to like food and like your culture and stuff like that, you know, you can literally like find people who would be more than willing to accommodate and share you with your culture, and you know, go to restaurants and like have fun, and so you do not miss your home that much, even though that can be quite difficult.
When should you apply for dormitories? So new students are able to sign up for accommodation at the beginning of August. So beginning of August, be aware of that date. So yeah. And yeah, I think adding to also Brno, being a woman, like especially coming from Mexico, I love that you can walk at night. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's so amazing because it's really safe. So you can walk at night. You are not afraid that they will like, I don't know, try to rob you or something. So it's amazing, amazing. It's like the best thing. So yeah.
Yeah, I would just say that be on the lookout for the dormitories, because if you have a specific need, if you really want to live at a specific dormitory, then just be careful that spaces can run out sometimes, because right now we are having like the offline classes and everything, so you might be better off just keeping an eye out for all the dormitory stuff that's going on. Just be careful about that.
And check the dormitories. Like if you're the type of person that wants to like just take a tram and not walk a lot, also check that so you can choose the perfect dormitory for you. If you're like really specific, like if you don't want to have a roommate, just check that out. So you can choose like the perfect dorm for you. But yeah, be aware of the dates. And yeah, that would be pretty much it. So
yeah. So if there are no other questions, so I think that would be it from us. If you know, like any other question comes up, just go on to the student ambassador section of the Masaryk University and just hit us up. We will be willing to answer any questions that you have, and we would generally be willing to like get to know the future students as well. And just when you're arriving, just hit us up and we can have fun.
Definitely. Like my social media is open, Avinet's as well.
Mine as well.
You can like hit us up, as he said, with an email, DM, like whatever you need. And we will love to answer all your questions. And remember, 1st of June.
1st. Exactly. Do not miss the deadline. And try to submit all the applications and the essays before the deadline, so you have the evaluators have enough time to go through them and make the decision faster and more effectively. So before the 1st of June, ensure that you submit it.
And any questions about the application, you can send an email to admissions@fs.muni.c. Oh.
See, yeah.
Sí, pero
nice.
No pasa nada. Vente, amiga. A little bit of Spanish. Okay, but yeah, I think
honestly,
that would
I'm just missing an Indian homie right now, and that's about it.
I want some tacos.
All right.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you for your time, guys. And that would be it from us. So see you in present, actually. So bye-bye.
We're so excited to meet you. Bye.
Yeah.